If you're on a mission to prepare your S550 or your S650's rear suspension for battle, then adding BMR's adjustable rear toe links should be on the short list of parts to grab for your 2015 and newer Mustang. Now, the toe links that we have here today will replace the stamped steel factory rods, soft rubber factory bushings, and eccentric bolts with a burly DOM steel rod and spherical bearing setup, all finished in BMR's signature red powder coat, right around that mid $200 price point. So the toe link in its simplest form is not only responsible for setting and maintaining proper toe angle, but also to help lock things down and prevent the rear knuckle from self-steering, for lack of a better term. Now, the factory toe links, they're made for the masses. They include cheap stamped steel arms, loaded with soft rubber factory bushings, which is all great for soaking up road noise and bumps, but they're terrible for all-out performance and handling. So we know what the toe link does, but how does the BMR option that we have on the table today improve over that factory design? Well, two big ways. Now, first and foremost, they're gonna build it better. Gone is the thin stamped steel, and in its place now is the 1 1/4 inch DOM steel tubing, fully TIG welded and topped off with a 3/16 inch steel bracket here on the end, which is going to connect on the knuckle side. Now, on the other side, BMR has eliminated that soft rubber factory bushing, which is notorious for deflecting, and went with the spherical bearing design here to help basically eliminate the possibility of deflection under load. And this is crucial because if and when the stalker does deflect, that is ultimately changing things like your toe angle under power down situations or coming out of turns or even on hard launches, which, let's face it guys, is less than ideal. So the BMR arm is obviously built a lot stronger, built a lot beefier than the factory arm, but what else is gonna help make this better? Well, BMR went ahead and eliminated another weak spot for the factory design, and that is the use of the eccentric bolts, which is normally responsible for changing and setting toe angle for the rear. Now, these really aren't a problem for most stock cars or even light bolt-on cars for that matter, but once you start adding horsepower and torque by the hundreds, add a sticky tire into the equation, those bolts can actually slip and lose adjustment. And again, at that point, you're throwing off crucial settings of your rear suspension and your alignment. Now, to get rid of that factory design, BMR moved all adjustment to the rod itself here, while eliminating those eccentric bolts with the included lockout plates and bolt. Now, not only does this get rid of that weak spot, but it also makes adjustment far easier thanks to the CNC machine center adjuster here that is going to be super easy to access while the arms are on the car, and that's going to make life a lot easier for your alignment guy. Last but not least here, guys, you'll notice that these are finished off in BMR's signature red powder coat, but BMR does also offer the arm in their signature hammer tone powder coat as well, if you wanted something a little bit more low profile. Now, coming in around that mid $200 price point, the BMR toe links here will be on the more premium side of the price range compared to options from C&L or Ford Performance, but those arms, I would argue, aren't going to be as beefy, as burly as the Made in America BMR options. And at the end of the day, if just all out performance is your goal, these are really going to be one of the best bets for you. But now we want to show you how to get the BMR arms installed on your ride at home. And I do want to note that installing these is really only half the battle here, guys. Ultimately, you will want to get these adjusted properly with a proper alignment after the install has been completed. Now, going to the difficulty here, guys, site's going to go middle of the road, 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, taking about 4 hours at most to complete from start to finish. But now, to give you a better idea of how this one might go down in the garage or driveway, let's throw it out to the shop for our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
Tools required for this install include an impact gun, 18, 21, and 22 millimeter sockets, a swivel adapter, a couple 3/8 extensions, 18 and 22 millimeter wrenches, 1 inch and 1 1/8 inch wrenches. What's up, guys? Today we're installing adjustable toe arms on our Mustang, so let's get started. So the first thing we're gonna do is take an 18 millimeter socket to remove the frontmost bolt. Next, we can grab an 18mm wrench for the bolt side and a 21mm socket for the nut side to remove our back bolt. And then we can remove our arm. So now with our factory tow arm out, we're gonna match up the length of our new one to our old one, just to be good enough to get to the alignment shop. Now the easiest way I found to do this is by taking 2 extensions, slide one through the top hole, one through the bottom, and then you can adjust this until they're straight. So now I'm gonna take my 3/8 extensions. We're gonna put them through both here to get them nice and lined up. Now our bottom hole isn't lining up so nice, so we're gonna loosen up our jam nuts, twist the center part to extend this. And then right there, we're nice and straight. So we can take our jam nuts. They're gonna go up against the 2 outer pieces. And then you're gonna grab a 1-inch wrench for the center part and a 1 1/8 inch wrench for your lock nut, tighten that up. Now once those are nice and tight, you can do the same thing for your other one and we'll get these on the Mustang. So now we're ready to install our new arm. Now the longer of the 2 spacers is gonna go towards the front of the car. So we'll slide that in. And then we've got our bolt with our flat plate. That's gonna be going from the front side to the back. And then we have another plate and nut for the other side. Now right where that adjustment bolt was before is where this square is gonna go between. So thread our nut on, and then before we tighten that down, we'll get the front installed. Now we can get our outer mount situated. Now this flat edge is gonna go down right on the bottom here. So line this up. Bolt's gonna be going from the outside in. And once you have your bolt through, you can grab your nut, throw that on the other side. And then we're gonna take a 22mm socket on the nut side, 22mm wrench on the bolt side, and tighten this down. And then we'll do the same thing on the rear. Make sure our plates are in the right spot. And now we can repeat that same process on the other side. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the BMR on-car adjustable rear toe links in red for your 2015 and newer Mustang. Thank you for watching, and for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.